On July 28, 2022, Doug and Jelena set out for a quiet weekend of dispersed camping in Arizona's Coconino National Forest. Their campsite was tucked deep in the woods, down a dead-end road, completely secluded from the outside world.
There really, was absolutely no reason for someone to come from there.
And at the time we were like, maybe it was an animal.
Our goal is to be somewhere where we don't see people.
And then all of a sudden we just hear like distant music that keeps getting closer and closer. To me it sounded like somebody playing music from their phone.
Yeah, phone or like a personal speaker. We already had hiked down that road to do the geocache, and there was, no campsites, no people, and the road just dead end.
As night fell, an unsettling stillness surrounded them, until the silence was suddenly broken. They scanned the darkness but saw nothing. No footsteps, no flashlight, only eerie music drifting through the trees, starting and stopping, creeping closer.
Growled at, like their mean growl at something. And at the time we were like, maybe it was an animal. We didn't see anything. It was, it was dusk, so it was getting a little bit darker and just kind of hard to see. And then not too long after, Doug was just outside and we heard music playing in the distance, and we thought it was really odd because there's no other campsites around us. We didn't see anybody come down our road, and it was just strange. And then we kept hearing the music kind of getting closer, like it was walking to the side of us, but like closer. I don't know. It was weird. We got sketched out, so we moved. And now we're here, and it's really pretty.
A chilling sense of dread took hold. Without hesitation, Doug and Jelena quickly packed up and fled. But the question remained. Who or what had been approaching them, and why? A woman took a walk in the woods to clear her mind. During her stroll, she snapped a selfie with her selfie stick. When she got home and looked at the picture, she was shocked. In the background, a figure stood motionless among the trees, with no face, eyes, or mouth. Nothing at all. What unsettled her even more was that her husband had passed away just 15 days earlier. Could this be his way of saying goodbye? For 3 nights, she couldn't sleep, unsure whether to feel sad, comforted, or terrified. Reddit user Evan4506 visited a small cemetery, and after a brief stop, they parked the car on a bridge. There's a rumor that if you stop there, your car won't start again. While there, they heard a strange ringing sound that spooked them, but they didn't think to record it at first. Suddenly, the sound returned, and this time they captured the tail end of it on video.
You heard it close, right?
You just heard it talking, right?
I didn't hear talking.
I heard it talking. I hear voices from over there. It sounds like a man.
Upon reviewing the footage, they could make out a faint whisper and noticed a white flash just before the sound started. They mentioned that the cemetery was very small and there was nobody else around at the time.
You heard it close, right?
Who or what could have been making those sounds? A hiker in the UK was camping when they reached the top of a hill and saw something unsettling on the other side. They filmed a TikTok. A group of adults dressed in white stood in a circle with 2 normally dressed children in the middle. Unsure if it was some sort of dark ritual or cult, the hiker posted the video online seeking answers. Commenters quickly identified the group as Druids, modern practitioners of ancient Celtic spiritual traditions, assuring the hiker that they were harmless. However, not everyone seemed convinced. Harmless or not, the sight was undeniably eerie. While hiking through a dense forest, a woman paused by a small stream to take a short break. The tranquility of nature should have been reassuring, but something felt off. Then, she noticed a man trailing her, watching her intently. Her heart pounded as she quickened her pace, walking faster with every step. Thankfully, she eventually managed to lose him and made it home safely. A hiker in California shared a mysterious photo online capturing what appears to be an upright creature with pointed ears and a dog-like head atop a human-like body. The eerie image led many to speculate that it could be the elusive Dogman. The witness estimated the creature's height at around 7.5 feet, which aligns with reported Dogman sightings, typically ranging from 6 to 10 feet tall. However, most encounters with this cryptid come from the Midwest, particularly Michigan and Wisconsin, making this California sighting highly unusual. Skeptics argue that the figure is nothing more than a poorly captured image of a bear standing on its hind legs, yet the photo remains shrouded in mystery. The identity of the photographer, as well as the exact time and location of the image, remains unknown. Did the person choose to stay anonymous, or was the image never real to begin with? What do you think? Ika Akers, a YouTuber known for his van life adventures, set out on what he thought would be an ordinary camping trip. After a long day of exploring, he parked in what seemed like a safe spot, locked up, and settled in for the night, unaware that his sense of security was about to be shattered. Then it happened. A sudden noise jolted him awake. Something was outside. Heart pounding, he rushed to the driver's seat and sped off without looking back. Once he reached safety, he inspected his van, and what he found left him shaken.
Well, whatever came up to my van came out of the woods, and I was awakened to the most horrific, godforsaken sound you could ever be awakened to, and it was to claw marks, big claw marks, digging the living hell out of my van. Let me step up here so I can show you what it did. There are the claw marks right there. It dug into the paint, and it also raked its claws across the luggage rack right here. And I got damage all the way around this van because this thing that was reaching the roof of my van was hooking on with its claws like this and just raking the van. This is what I woke up to, the sound of just claws raking the body of my vehicle.
The damage suggested something, or someone, had tried to get inside. Was it a bear? Some believed so, but others weren't so sure. One thing was certain. If it had gained access, the outcome could have been much worse. This eerie photograph, taken in 2007 near Nashville, Tennessee, appears ordinary at first. Two young friends walking hand in hand down a tree-lined path. However, a closer look reveals something unsettling. A misty, childlike figure appears ahead of them, and some claim to see another shadowy form further down the lane. The land once housed as a plantation before the Civil War, leading many to wonder, could these spectral shapes be echoes of its dark past? Uploaded to YouTube just a few weeks ago in February, an outdoor enthusiast set out on a solo camping trip, expecting a peaceful night away from civilization. With his bivy tent set up and gear organized, he settled in, thinking it would be a quiet night in the wild. After using only a lantern, he took a short walk around his campsite.
I did say that I'd show you what it looks like in the dark. This is what it's like when it's pitch black. This is what it's like when you have the lantern on. And it's very creepy. Like when you need to go to the toilet in the night, it's so spooky. Like you just see a random tree just dotted there, and it's so like, whoa! It's like a person stood there, but yeah, it's quite a creepy feeling when it's dark like this. But yeah, it's looking quite good now. I think I'm gonna go in the tent and get settled for the night. So yeah, see you in a bit.
Eventually, he crawled into his bivy tent and zipped it up tightly for the night. But as the hours passed, he found himself in an unexpected and unsettling situation.
Kyle, turn around, there's somebody sleeping in the tent behind me. There. No, go to the tent, right there, bro. Kyle, come here. Don't take that. Hello? I told you it's bumping it somewhere, it's not really good. Oh, come here, boys, together. Come together. Yeah, but I don't want the guy to feel threatened at all, do you know what I mean? Yeah, leave him to it, mate, let's go. He's got a body cut, look, he's got a trail cam there, look. What do you mean, a trail cam? Look on the tree, that just looks like animals and shit. You're right. Oh, sorry, mate. We just stumbled upon you, mate. My bad.
No, it's alright, no worries.
You're doing okay though?
I'll tell you what, if you go down that way, there's like a bit of a ditch.
Is there?
Yeah.
Like a bit of a straight.
Just keep going, there's like it looks like a building or something.
Oh, thank you.
Have a look at it.
Oh, thank you
It's
very
like a
much.
circular brick sort of thing. No, there's no worries, man.
Good man.
Alright,
Suddenly, a bright light pierced through the fabric of his tent, and voices echoed through the trees, shattering the silence. Then, just as quickly as they arrived, the voices faded away. Even though they were gone, the encounter left him feeling uneasy. His once safe campsite now felt exposed. He lay awake for hours, listening carefully for any signs of movement. By morning, the tension had faded. When he stepped out of his tent and scanned the area, there was no sign of the group from the night before. The fear of the unknown, uncertain who they were or what they were doing, made the experience much more disturbing than it should have been. Had the group been less friendly or had worse intentions, the situation could have ended very differently. While exploring the cold Christmas church in the UK, a woman had one of the most surreal nights of her life. As she and her sister took photos, they heard running footsteps. Later, when reviewing the images, they noticed a childlike figure darting past the graves. Shadows moved, voices whispered, and something unseen scratched and pinched her. The experience was so intense that she suffered a headache for 2 weeks afterward. The church is believed to be built over the graves of children who froze to death. Having visited the village her entire life, she discovered that many locals had their own chilling encounters, which isn't surprising given the church's eerie history. This eerie trail camera footage was shared on TikTok. Over the years, many unsuspecting travelers have followed what they believed were cries for help, only to come face to face with a predator. For those venturing into the wilderness, knowing the difference can be crucial. A mountain lion's scream isn't a call for aid, it's a warning. But I have to admit, in some videos it's hard to tell what you're actually hearing. A person, a cryptid, an animal, or even something paranormal. A trail camera video shared on John Vasquez's TikTok account shows a small buck in the foreground. But in the distant background, something peculiar moves by. Its shape is unusual, resembling a stack of orbs piled on top of each other. However, the most intriguing detail is the deer's reaction. It suddenly turns and steps forward, as if trying to get a clearer view of whatever is behind it. Since the animal visibly responds, a simple camera glitch seems unlikely. But if not that, then what could it be? YouTuber, abandoned boy set out for a night in the wilderness, returning to a spot where he had previously encountered a massive shadowy figure. Armed with his camera, he ventured deep into the woods, determined to capture any evidence of the mysterious presence. At first, the night felt calm, but as he progressed further along the trail, an eerie sensation began to creep in.
Big blinking eyes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Bro, what is that? Are you not seeing this? What is that?
Just went down.
Strange noises echoed through the trees. Tension built as objects seemed to be thrown in their direction.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little rain. Nature on your shoulders. But yeah, this is where I seen that shadow, man. I turned around, he was back in them trees right there.
Over here?
Yeah, right there.
Over here?
Yeah. What the hell?
Heard something?
You didn't hear that?
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know.
Was it a person or something else? Then, suddenly, they saw something terrifying.
What the hell is that?
What the?
I'm out of here.
Shh. Go.
Panic set in as they fled the scene, struggling to find their way back. Fortunately, they managed to escape unharmed. Some believe it was just a prank, but others worry something disturbing was happening in the forest that night. Whatever the truth may be, The footage left viewers questioning what really happened. On February 2nd, 2025, a lone hiker was walking through the forest when he paused by a river to take in the view. As he pulled out his phone to snap a picture, a series of terrifying sounds filled the air. The noises quickly escalated into high-pitched screeches, unlike anything he had ever heard before. Fearing what might be lurking nearby, the hiker ran away. Some believe the sounds could be from a wendigo, while others argue it was just an animal. But what kind of animal makes a noise like that? Could it be a cryptid after all? A group of hikers was out photographing nature and wildlife when they spotted a brown bear in the distance. Excited, they began snapping pictures, until, without warning, the bear charged straight at them. Panicked, they reacted instinctively and did the only thing that came to mind. They howled back. To their astonishment, it worked. The bear stopped in its tracks and retreated. Now, just picture a polar bear charging at you like that. What started as a solo camping survival challenge took a disturbing turn after kayaking deep into the wilderness. He set up camp under a self-made shelter, preparing for a cold night. The next morning, while hiking back to his kayak, something unsettling happened.
Hello? Hello?
He realized someone was out there watching him. He called out, but there was no response. In a panic, he reached for his flashlight but couldn't find it. Suddenly, the light switched off, and he heard branches snapping as if someone was moving toward him. The only way back to his kayak was through the exact spot where he had seen the light, but he quickly decided to take a longer route, unwilling to take any risks. By the time he reached the shore, the presence was gone, but the feeling of being watched never left. While conducting a survey in a remote area, a ranger captured something terrifying on camera. As his spotlight swept across the field, it illuminated a white figure. The moment the figure realized it was being watched, it quickly crawled behind a tree and disappeared into the shadows. Keeping his flashlight steady, the ranger continued to watch the spot. Within seconds, the figure reappeared, cautiously moving between the trees before vanishing deeper into the woods. A closer look at the footage revealed its resemblance to the infamous rake, and many viewers agreed. The ranger never saw the figure again, but he did mention that strange things had occurred in that forest. A rhinoceros from Nepal's Chitwan National Park caused a stir when it unexpectedly wandered into the streets of Nawalpur.
What? What?
The sudden arrival of the massive animal sent residents into a panic, though fortunately, no injuries were reported as authorities swiftly alerted the public. Officials suspect the rhino may have strayed into the town due to disturbances from a nearby religious fair. With the combined efforts of forest rangers and local authorities, the rhino was safely guided back to its natural habitat, bringing the situation under control. While camping in South Africa's Sabi Sands Game Reserve, Dylan Panos woke up craving a simple cup of coffee. However, as he stepped into his kitchen, he was met with an unexpected sight.
So, my kitchen is growling at me this morning. As you can see, you've got a beautiful male lion looking through my kitchen window, and I just need to get to that kettle to make some coffee, that's all. But the decision is, should I go cold turkey this morning, have no coffee? What do you guys think? What a dilemma. So this is how we woke up this morning. We've got a honeymoon couple in camp. And the lioness, she's lying right here by the wall. And we can't get even to make our coffee this morning.
A lion stood so close that he could feel the vibration of its powerful roars. Just outside, a lioness rested against the camp's wall, completely blocking his path to the kettle. He was trapped by lions.
I don't know if this chicken wire, chicken mesh is much of a protection. But yeah, there she is. And he's guarding her. She wants nothing to do with him. We just need coffee, but come on, man.
The tense standoff continued until the lions eventually lost interest and wandered away. Yelly and Graham, the duo behind Wizard in the Wild, spend their lives traveling in their van. But one night, something terrifying happened.
Just can't believe it. We've just been woken up with a loud bang, and you dropped something on the floor there. Was that glass? 2 bricks, and someone's just smashed Merlin's windows while we were sleeping. So no, we don't recommend this as a place to stop. They smashed the windscreen, but Graham's hoping he can drive with that. But here's us in the middle of nowhere with a broken window and a cracked windscreen, about 200 miles from home. So pretty awful, really. Just don't know what to do. I'm still in shock, literally. Just we heard this really loud boom, 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 boom music, so we think it was just boy racers.
Just as they were starting to relax, a deafening bang shook the van. They initially thought it was a fallen branch. However, when they stepped outside, they found 2 bricks on the ground, and the passenger window shattered. Fear gripped them, but by dawn, they found a safer spot to make repairs. Although the experience scared them, it didn't stop them from going on more camping adventures, though they are definitely much more cautious now. This hiker was simply filming the beautiful scenery, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary at first. But upon closer inspection, something strange appeared in the footage. A small creature vaguely resembling a mongoose or meerkat could be seen in the distance. However, something about it seemed off. Viewers analyzing the clip noticed its unusual proportions. It was taller and broader than a typical mongoose, with long arms, elongated claws, and black fur marked by an orange smudge on its head. Adding to the mystery, mongooses don't walk on 2 legs, but this creature did. Some speculated it could be a baby Bigfoot, while others dismissed it as a hoax or digital manipulation. What do you think? While hiking through the forest and recording his journey, a man suddenly had the unsettling feeling that he was being followed. He then noticed a strange black figure standing behind a tree, something unlike any known animal. Intrigued, he cautiously approached it. As he zoomed in for a clearer view, he saw that it appeared to be a slender black figure, wearing a terrifying mask. The moment he realized what he was seeing, he didn't hesitate. He turned and ran, wondering what the figure's intentions were. The YouTube channel Don't Blink Paranormal was out playing Randonautica when, at the start of their video, eerie sounds echoed in the distance.
What was that? Kind of like feathers.
There's people screaming.
Yeah, I do hear people screaming.
As they ventured further, the strange noises grew louder with each step. Then, they stumbled upon something unusual.
See it? Right there.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's a burnt tree. Good Lord.
A lone, burnt tree standing by itself, its presence a mystery. Back in the parking lot, they spotted something even more unsettling.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
What is that? Hang on, is that a skunk?
If it was a skunk would be moving. It's colored like a...
Dead. Who knows? It might have been raised by possums.
You're funny.
Are we sure that's not a skunk?
What the fuck is that? No, that's a skunk, but it's a stuffed animal.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
And there goes a truck.
That was a truck.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about it is...
Yeah, it's a stuffed animal.
Please tell me you heard that.
I did.
A stuffed animal, seemingly placed there on purpose, adding to the already eerie atmosphere. Undeterred, they continued their Randonautica journey, eventually arriving at a cemetery.
I don't know.
That was a lot of noise in there.
Babe, what is that shining right there?
I don't know. I don't know what that is in there.
I don't either.
Once again, the unsettling noises returned, faint at first, then intensifying, surrounding them.
Hello? What the fuck?
I don't know what that.
What the fuck is... Fuck that.
What are you doing?
Babe. Fuck that. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Is that something eating something?
Uncertain of what was causing the sounds, they questioned whether it could have been a pack of coyotes or something far more mysterious. As they reached their car, they noticed something strange.
Was this on that car before?
Later, while exploring a different location, they encountered yet another chilling discovery.
Where?
Right there. Is that a doll? What is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's in the tree.
Oh, okay. I see it.
What is that?
Better not be a doll.
It's a fucking doll. That ain't a doll. That's not a doll.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I don't know.
What?
What is it?
I have no idea what that is. It's a weird looking thing though.
We'll move.
Looks like freaking Jar Jar Binks off Star Wars. Hey, what is that?
What is it?
It's holding something.
What is it on? Oh, hell no.
Oh my god. That's a little ghost it's got.
Really?
It looks like it.
Fortunately, nothing bad happened to them that night, but one question remained. Why would anyone bring that doll with them? While checking his game cameras set up deep in the woods of Washington State, this man noticed something unusual in the early hours. A little girl appeared in one of the photos, standing alone in the dense forest. To make sure it wasn't just a trick of the light, he took a photo with his phone. The forest was thick and isolated. Who would let a child wander out there alone? Something about the image felt off. He scanned the area, but there was no sign of her. With an uneasy feeling growing, he decided to call the police. But the real question remains. Did he really capture a little girl? And if so, where did she go? A man was walking through a remote area when he spotted something unusual. A strange creature with brown fur crouched on the ground, staring directly at him. Unsure of what it was, he managed to film it for a while before deciding to leave the area. Uncertain about what he had captured, he shared the footage online, hoping someone could help identify it. If you have any suggestions, feel free to share. While hiking in Aokigahara, Japan's infamous suicide forest, a man came across something chilling, a haunting message spray-painted onto a wooden structure. It read, "Why don't you try to save me? Aokigahara already has a dark reputation as a place where people go to end their lives." But this cryptic note only added to the eerie atmosphere. It quickly gained attention on Reddit, sparking numerous theories. However, one question stood out. Why was it written in English? Could this truly have been left by someone in distress? Or was it a stage message? Either way, the thought is deeply unsettling. This young man's daily commute to school is nothing less than an adventure. Each morning his heart races as he moves quickly, aware that the wilderness presents more than just natural challenges. He is frequently pursued by members of a cannibal tribe. In another video, it seems he got a bike to escape more quickly, a choice that likely felt like a smart move. Years ago, while hiking to Y Falls, a man took a few photos of the breathtaking scenery. However, here's the eerie part. When he took the photo, there was no one around. It wasn't until he looked back later that he noticed a figure in the background. A lone hiker with a large backpack, standing motionless behind a tree. What made it even more peculiar was that there was no trail in that area. So who or what could have been standing there? Some readers quickly dismissed it as pareidolia, suggesting the figure might have been a burl on the tree trunk, but others weren't so sure. While exploring an old mine about half a mile in, a man suddenly heard strange sounds. The deep, echoing tunnels made the noises even more unnerving. Driven to uncover the source, he searched the mine but found no one. So, what could it have been? A natural sound? Someone hiding in the shadows, or something paranormal? The fact that he doesn't believe in the paranormal, and typically films urban exploration and hiking videos, makes it unlikely that this encounter was staged for views. While filming himself in a park in the Philippines, a man unknowingly captured something strange, something he couldn't quite explain. A solid black figure moved behind him at an incredible speed, almost too fast to notice yet distinct enough to catch his attention. Later, as he reviewed the footage, he slowed it down and zoomed in for a closer look. Who or what was it? And if it was just a person, Why were they dressed like that?